Hello and welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved. That's right. Still no PlayStation 5 version. Still no date for a PlayStation 5 version. That's a long way down. Let's not do that. So, yeah, the latest community crunch is out. And Wildcard said, PlayStation is in certification. And we're hoping for an early December release. Yeah, well, you were hoping for a late November release. And it was in certification then. So it's still in certification, but now we're hoping for a different release a week later. As I said before, they need to start actually telling us what's going on, not just giving us these platitudes, these soons. Oh, it's in certification, and we hope. We don't care what you hope. Give us the actual information. That's all we want. Just give us the information. Tell us what's actually going on. I know there are a lot of people who will trash you because you told us what was going on, but I think the vast majority would be much happier to know what's going on than to not know what's going on. You know what I mean? We knew that was going to... I told you last week that it wasn't going to make that deadline, and it's not going to make that deadline, and I stick by that. And all the dinosaurs we interviewed agreed that it wasn't going to make the deadline. So... not that there really is much of a deadline, but early December. So the first thing is Extra Life is happening on December 2nd. So now we could have, don't believe it's gonna, but we could have December 1st release. That's early December. And get the PlayStation version out. Now this would be best case scenario for Wildcard. Because if they don't get it out before Extra Life comes on, and they're going to spend 24 hours streaming live. Can anyone out there hazard a guess what 90% of the messages they get while streaming will be? Where's the PS5 version? What's going on with the PS5 version? How come we don't have the PS5 version? Why did they get mods? Why did they get this? Why did they get that? Where's ours? Where's ours? Where's ours? Where's ours? For 24 hours. That's what's going to happen. And you know that's what's going to happen. Their event is going to be marred. It's going to be marred greatly. It's going to be impacted negatively by the fact that the PlayStation version is not out. And there are some PlayStation fanboys out there who could be real jerks. So I'm advocating, if you're watching this thing, yeah, I can't wait. Just chill. They can't do anything about it. They could have done things about it a month, 2 months ago. Now they can't. They're locked into a time frame which is somewhat beyond their control. It's their own fault, I agree. But they're now locked into the timeline where until Sony certifies the game, they can't put the game out. It's not Sony's fault. Sony has always been a hard case when it comes to certifying games, especially with Wildcard. And I posted in the Discord, and somebody came back, yeah, well, you're not thinking about our PC players, Xbox players. No. PC and Xbox players always get the game before PlayStation. So don't give me your woes. We're always last. That's been a thing from the start. Wildcard has always shafted PlayStation. Whether it's because somebody at Wildcard and somebody at Sony just don't get along or what, we don't know. But we're always last to get everything. And the bugs that we find in PlayStation versions are rarely addressed. So like I said, chill out. This is how it is for us. And if you've been on PlayStation and been playing Ark for any length of time, you know this. You know they never meet deadlines. You know we can find egregious bugs in the PlayStation version of Ark, and they just won't fix them. Let the Extra Life thing be about raising money to help children. I know only American children. It's not a worldwide thing, but they ask for worldwide donations. Could be better, could be worse. But I'm asking you PlayStation players, leave them alone for that. I know it's really a good chance to take a shot. I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but leave them alone on that day. Keep it in the Discord. The big thing that I want to talk about, that I don't think a lot of people are thinking about, this is the thing. So, we know they have mods, and they have almost 100 mods that are available for Xbox, and they say Xbox and PlayStation got the same, so it's supposedly been approved for both. How is it approved for both if nobody has a copy of the game to approve it with? Interesting. Anyway, that's beside the point. But what they're going to do now is holiday events. All the special events they're going to have are going to be dropped via mod. So that means to have that stuff in, you also have to have the mod. It's not going to be an update that's going to be part of your game. It's going to be a mod that you download to get that. And they're going to put it on official servers and everything. You're going to be able to play it on official servers, modded servers. They've already started doing that because they're going to mod it for all the events. Now, that's well and good. That's great. That's an interesting way to get around having to certify every time you want to do an event. I see what you're doing there. And it's quite possible that Sony thought what you're doing there too, and not so happy about that. But that is not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about something a little bit more insidious that not many people are paying attention to. If all of the stuff for the turkey trial, which PlayStation is missing out on, but not really. We'll come to that in a minute. Yeah, well, actually, let's cover that first. Everybody's saying, oh, PlayStation's missing out. No, we're not. Because it's a mod. So when the PlayStation version comes, we can download the Turkey Trial mod to our system and play that event. And they're going to leave them up as mods. So you can play it any time during the year. This is what they've said. Okay, it's wild card. What they said and what actually happens are often two different things. Like they said when the Steam version dropped, and there was the discount for the first couple days, they said, you can go and look up on their post, they said that the Xbox version and the PlayStation version for the first couple days would also get the discount. You know what the Xbox players didn't get? The discount. So you know what the PlayStation players are probably not getting? The first few days launch discount that we're supposed to be getting. That they said, oh yeah, we know we're putting on different days, we'll still give it to you. They didn't give it to Xbox players. I'm guessing PlayStation's going to not get it either, because how would PlayStation get something when PlayStation always gets shafted? Anyway, that aside, they said that all the events will stay up on the mod store, and if you want to run that mod on your system all year, you can. You can download the mod and put it on. So that means the Turkey Trial will still be able to get under PlayStation, just not at the same time as the others. The fact that they're dropping it as mods leads to one thing that people aren't thinking about. You know how you have your ugly sweater, you have all your custom costumes, you have your custom gear, all that sort of stuff? And usually when an event went over, like if the Halloween event went over, the scarecrows disappeared, and the headstones that you could put out disappeared, but your costumes did not. Now, if it's a mod, not an update to the game, if it's a mod, when I stop playing the Turkey Trial and delete that mod off my system, because remember, we've only got a finite amount of memory to play with for mods. We can't just be throwing every mod under the sun on there. First of all, it's going to impact performance, and it's going to impact the amount of storage that it takes, and you've got a limited amount. You can't have it all. So what that means is, as soon as I get rid of that mod, there goes all my costumes. There goes all the dinosaurs or anything that they put out for the event, because they're tied to that mod. And if I don't have that mod installed anymore, I don't have them. That means if I want the ugly sweaters, if I want the cornucopia trough, if I want the turkey slow cooker pot, cooking pot, I have to leave that mod installed. Because as soon as I take that mod away, those things go away. Nobody's talking about that. That if the event mod is over and I take the mod off my system, I lose all of the costumes, all of the benefits of that mod. Or does it mean if I want to keep the turkey outfit that I've got, I have to keep the Turkey Trial mod on at all times? I don't want the murder turkeys. I don't want them all over my game all the time. But I do want the costumes and the skins that I got from it. But they're going to go away as soon as I uninstall the mod. No one's talking about that. If that's the case, and they're planning to release all of the maps as mods. All of the maps, future maps, as mods. Now let's think about that for a second. So that means I have to have Scorched Earth, Aberration, Genesis, Genesis 2, Valguero, Fjordur, Lost Island, The Center, Ragnarok. All of them have to be installed if I want access to all of the creatures that are in all of those mods. If I don't have Extinction installed, I don't get the Owl. The Owl is my favorite creature, unless somebody comes out with a mod that is just the Owl, which I will install right away. But, okay, so that means we're looking at, what, 10, 11 maps? Plus the new DLC maps that are coming out? If they're all mods, we are quickly going to run out of space on Xbox, on PlayStation, and maybe even on PC. We're going to run out of space and not be able to have access to all of them at once. I know, you don't play all of them at once, but you know what? I can bring an Owl in right here. And the command we're typing in is admin cheat, which you always have to type on PlayStation. A few updates ago, they switched it, so you only had to type in A, not the whole word. And then, as with everything else, the very next update, they broke that, and it had to be back to saying the whole word again, because wild card. Anyway, GM summon, then in quotes, double quotes, not single quotes, the name of the character. And for this one, it's Owl _ character _ BP _ C. And always it's going to be at the start is going to be the name of whatever it was. So if you wanted a Tech Rex, it's Bionic Rex instead of Owl. If you wanted a Managarmer, it is Ice Jumper. There's a program online called Arc IDs that you can use that's really good, or you can use the Arc Wiki or, Dodo Dex. There's a lot of different places you can look up to find these commands. And then after that, we say what level we want it. And then when we're good, we just say, do that. Boom! And there's my nice Owl. Now, I'm on the island. Okay, this is the point that I'm trying to get around to. I'm on the island. And notice what happened there. If you're saying, wait, you put in 100, how come you got a 150? What happens is the creature you type in, the level you type in, will get the same bonus as if you have tamed it. Because GM summon tames them. If you summon without the GM part, it will bring the creature in wild. So remember, don't miss those two letters. But so what it did, I said, bring me a level 100 Owl. There's, okay, level 100 Owl, and you get half those levels again when you tame a wild creature, would make it a 150. So there's perfect tame as well. But there you go. The only point I'm making is, I'm on the island. These creatures are not a creature from the island, but I can summon it in. I don't have to have a mod installed or anything. That's just part of the game. It has all of the creatures in it. That would seem to suggest, I don't say this is going to happen because it's wildcard, but it would seem to suggest that they could do a lot more bug fixing on the main game because they don't have to bug fix the DLC stuff that has been added because it's a mod. They don't have to worry about this. Just to fix this mod, well, you don't have to fix the main game because the main game is already good. So the bugs in the main game we can deal with without having to worry about what the Extinction DLC added to the game. So right now what we're doing is we're patiently waiting for the PlayStation version to drop. And then we'll be able to show you some actual good stuff. Thanks for watching. Do the like, the follow, subscribe. All the things you know how to do anyway. And we'll see you next time